This is a quick tutorial on how to reroot with ombre hair or hair that has been hand dyed. We carry hand dyed ombre at the Doll Planet store, and with each hanky order, we include these helpful instructions so that you can reroot successfully. This picture is actually of my first ombre reroot. I used a PJ doll. We include instructions to help people prevent mistakes. When ombre isn't handled properly, the natural oils in our hands will absorb the dye and then it will transfer onto the vinyl. That can result in staining that, as you can see, is not very cute. There is a remedy to this that is also mentioned on the instructions in case this has already happened to you. Or you can prevent this entirely by using two common supplies you probably already have in your house. You can definitely find these in any craft store, or if you're like me and your mother is a seamstress, you can just go and borrow them from her. So that's what I did. First thing we need is some fabric. I'm looking for something with a little bit of stretch, so I was thinking of a cotton stretch knit. Oh, and she happens to have an entire bag of it. It's possible that you could even just use like an old t-shirt. As long as it has some stretch, it'll work. The other thing that we're going to need is some straight pins. They're fairly inexpensive and really easy to find in my mom's sewing room. I'll be using one of my favorite shades, Bollywood, that Seth has hand dyed for me. I'm going to wrap the material around the doll's head at the hairline. So I want the stretch to be going around her head. A few straight pins to pin the fabric in place. If you don't want to use stretch material, you can try using plastic wrap instead. A lot of people use that actually. I personally am just super clumsy and I rip it all the time. So I, with my really clumsy hands, find better luck with material. Really pretty. I'm like so proud of myself right now. And from there you pretty much just reroot like normal. I didn't get the hair damp before separating the plugs to reroot because it is hand dyed hair. That's kind of optional and up to you, but if you don't need to get the hair damp to separate the plugs, I wouldn't do it on hand dyed hair. The only other variation on reverting with ombre is that you need to move the pins that are bringing up the areas that you need to reroot. Because the hair is dry, I'm going to wrap the fabric over the top of the hair. I was careful to not touch the face in case I had any transfer dye on my fingers. Paying attention to the placement of your fingers while rerooting with ombre will greatly help avoid any issues. The finished product is a beautiful doll rerooted with hand dyed ombre, no stains or issues to be found. I hope that someone found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching.